Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Hold on guys, let me sort this out. Boo da boo, here we go. Let's have this. There we are. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to Satoshi TV. What an exciting day it is. What exciting times these are. So much stuff going on in the market. But we'll get onto the shitcoin market in just a minute. So before we do that, let's just crack on with the show. So again, I'm expecting an influx of newbies relatively soon. I can see the numbers on my shows going up, which is very encouraging. You know, it's just a slow drip of intelligent people coming in here. You know, maybe shitcoiners being turned when they're just like, what am I doing in this piece of shit? You know, the market's totally manipulated. Hold on a minute. Bitcoin's going up, then Ethereum's shooting up. What the hell is this? No manipulation there? No. Never any manipulation in the crypto market. What on earth are you thinking? So anyway, it's a massive political game. This is why I broadcast on Twitch TV. Reason being is that I previously did broadcast on YouTube, but YouTube took 2 of my channels down. Then they started preventing me from editing my shows. Then they were deleting my episodes. I was just like, this is absolutely insane. So now we broadcast live on Twitch, put the trailer up on YouTube, and put the full episode up on Streamanity, where you can get paid for your own content and set your own fee in micro payments, which means you're probably likely to earn more on Streamanity than you ever will on the likes of YouTube. So the reason I'm telling you about Twitch is because if you are seeing this for the first time, I want to give everybody the opportunity to tune into my show for free to get their daily dose of crypto. So there we go. So after that, we're just going to open up this screen. Again, this is just for you newbies seeing my show for the first time, asking what on earth has gone on. This is the clearest image that I could create to explain the situation that we are in here in BSV, which is Bitcoin. Now, shitcoiners are never going to understand this, so I've given up on those. But those inquisitive, curious, intelligent people who are just thinking, look, you know, there's just something not right about this. How can something that only does 7 transactions a second be like a world reserve asset? Right. Well, here we go. So, it is the 3rd of October, 2001, which means it is precisely... Gotta work out my maths here. 2009, this would have been like 12 years. 12 years since Satoshi Nakamoto started the Bitcoin network on the 3rd of January 2009. I have to pinch myself that we're actually here. And as you'll see, like later on in the show, we'll go over a few of my articles that explains this. He started the Genesis block on the 3rd of October 2009 and then just simply had to let the network grow, which is why he used a pseudonym and stepped away from the project, because it's the size and neutral growth of the network that gives it credibility and provides its fundamental value. That is the unique selling point of Bitcoin, in the fact that no other network can compete with the neutral size and growth of the Bitcoin network. That's where the fundamental value lies. But in order for something to be neutral, it cannot be centrally controlled. So if you design something that cannot be centrally controlled, it means that shitcoiners and douchebags can F around with it. And that is what happened with BTC. So Blockstream realized, they were like, hold on a minute, there's a digital asset here. You know what we can do? We can prevent people from using it. And then we can tell people they're not meant to use it. And then we can break the chain of signatures. Then we can centrally control it to make sure that nobody else can build on it. And nobody can scale it. And that's what happened on the 1st of August 2017. The chain officially split. And literally by the 24th of August of the same month, Blockstream had already segregated the signatures on the chain, centralizing the project, taking it under their control, and giving birth to Ethereum and the shitcoin market, which all these speculators have absolutely loved and reveled in and engaged in all sorts of criminal insider dealing, pumping and dumping. Oh my goodness me, the works. And that's what's going on at the moment, as you'll see when we get to the point of the shitcoin market. But anyway, BTC has now absolutely zero fundamental value as money because it is centrally controlled. And neither America or China will ever use a currency that is centrally controlled by anybody. And this is why proof of stake doesn't work. Proof of stake doesn't work because it is centralized by the stakeholders themselves, because there is no competition between them. It is absolutely a security. But anyway, so when the chain first split, Bitcoin just simply carried on. The protocol stayed the same. The only thing that changed was the ticker symbol. Then Roger Ver and his mates did exactly the same thing as things of Blockstream and socially engineered control of the ticker symbol, took control of the chain, added schnorr signatures, added checkpoints, added cash fusion, tried to make it anonymous, getting everybody to buy it just so they could buy drugs and turn into drug addicts in their own home and all that crap. And so Bitcoin just simply had to carry on. Now people will say, "Oh, Calvin and Crane control BSV." No, they don't. They are simply maintaining it, because the point is, if you control it, you centralize it and you crash its fundamental value to zero. And as you know, these distributed ledger technologies rely on the token itself to economically sustain the network. If the token currently sustaining the network has no fundamental value, when speculation catches up with, or when knowledge catches up with speculation, which is the price, a speculative price, the price will then soon match its fundamental value at zero and crash, and then the network will be gone, literally vanished overnight, which is why we've got dead end signs here for these two. And Bitcoin just carries on. So I hope I've explained that relatively clearly. You know, I mean, I know if you're not particularly intelligent, there's quite a lot to take in, but again, this is not a shitcoin show. This is not for shitcoiners. This is for those people who have actually got a little bit of intelligence to see what's really happening. So yeah, trying to explain that to you. And let's go on to this next chart. Again, if you're relatively intelligent, you might find this quite insightful. So I've listed on the left hand side of this All the coins are on the shitcoin market and listed which ones are securities. Now, Tether, being a stable coin, has also been listed as a security recently. But I mean, I just put it down as crime because I wasn't sure initially, because I was just like, well, you know, people aren't purchasing it with the expectation of profit, you know, but it looks like authorities are going to disagree because it's issued by a central authority anyway. So all these coins have centralized authorities. The only ones that don't are Litecoin, which kills me to say this. Kills me literally, because Charlie Lee exit scammed the shit out of Litecoin, but Charlie Lee discredits it because he said he created it from the beginning. Bitcoin, which is BSV, is the only one with any fundamental value and credibility, because Satoshi Nakamoto started the network under a pseudonym and stepped away from the project, and he hid himself so well that even to this day people dispute who it really is when it's obvious. And when people can't believe who it is, well, that goes to show you how good he is, because he wanted to hide and remain hidden for the period of decentralization to give it growth. Now, that period of decentralization, well, technically it actually started from the from the 31st of October 2008, which is when he released the white paper, because that was all about, you know, decentralizing and giving the network credibility. But in terms of the neutral growth started on the 3rd of January 2009, and he stepped away from the project, gave himself a Japanese pseudonym, but wrote the paper in English, even though there was loads of English slang in there. People were just like, oh, Satoshi Nakamoto, he must be Japanese. No, he was not Japanese. He was English. Hence the slang that was in the white paper that I find particularly hilarious. Like, we don't care about double spends, right? You know, nothing like oh, you know, so therefore double spends are irrelevant, or so therefore worrying about double spends is unnecessary, or therefore you know, double spends are whatever it is, you know. But I mean, we don't care. Well, who's we? What, me, myself, and I? You look at it, section 2 of the white paper under transactions. It's obvious who wrote it, because like, Satoshi Nakamoto cannot hide his personality. You know, thumbs things are massive giveaways. But I mean, the rest of the slogans here are kind of like, you know, kind of obvious, really. This dead end sign just means obviously zero development. So Charlie Lee exit scammed it, so there's clearly no development on Litecoin. Roger Ver and the boys want to make their coin illegal, so they got Bitcoin behind bars. Corecoin segregated the signatures, also it was centralized it, hence the dartboard here. Do I really need to explain what this pile of poo means? Don't think so. Cardano did exactly the same as Charlie Lee. They just simply exit scammed it. But personally, I don't think the reason Cardano is below Litecoin is because only IOHK can mine Cardano. Therefore, it is centrally controlled, and they did an ICO. Charles Hoskinson is never going to get away with it, whereas Charlie Lee will. Charlie Lee did everything by the book. And even now, I sometimes, if this chart wasn't here, I would probably forget to give him a good ribbing on every show. Because who thinks of Charlie Lee? Like, no one, he's just like, yeah, I'll just take 300 million and do one. See you later. Yeah, well, you know, everyone knows I kind of like created Litecoin as a joke. Did you? What? Did you fancy telling us how to start with Charlie Lee? Did you tell anybody that it was an effing joke and that nobody should buy it? No. I heard you saying it was Bitcoin's little brother. You know, silver to Bitcoin's gold. Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's not that serious. Yeah, I mean, it's in second place. I mean, even use silver on the logo, but... Oh, God, yeah. I wish I could have a debate with him live on stage. You know, I would rip the shit out of him so badly. But, you know, they'll never face me. I don't know any shitcoiners that want to face me. You know, bring it on if they ever do. So we got Monero, again, going anonymous. So there is literally no reasonable expectation in trade, which means international trade and global commerce can't use it. It's centralized by the anonymous entity that created it. Absolute piece of shit, hence shitcoin. Ethereum, again, moving to proof of stake. Absolute fail, totally centralized. Tezos centralized, delegated proof of stake, even worse because it was delegated. The stakes were delegated by the person who created it. And then you've got the ERC20 tokens, all the tokens on Ethereum. that, you know, the only thing that's slightly better at them than pre-mine is the fact they don't burn to balance the ledger. But then you've got these pre-mine coins, XRP, Stellar, Tron, Neo, all pre-mined, burn to balance the ledger. Absolute pieces of shit. So there we go. Right, let's get back to our figures. Before we jump into the exciting bit and start looking at the shitcoin prices and all of that. Here we go. So this is the crypto forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network. Let's see what's going on. We've got a little bit of red here on Bitcoin. Good. All right, you know, starting to claw ourselves back a little bit. So we've got Bitcoin with 0.4% of the hash rate, Bcrash 1.4, Corecoin 98.1. Network nodes, same as they ever were since the 15th of November 2018. 2.3% for Bitcoin, 10% for Bcrash, 87.6 for Corecoin. Transactions, beginning to claw it back a little bit. Oh, I don't know, it's gone down maybe. It was like 33% yesterday, and that's back down to 17. This is Sunday. We'll let the devs off, you know. Be nice. 17.6 for Bitcoin, 19.8 for Bcrash. We'll let them have this one. 62.6 for Corecoin. Block size 22.9 for Bitcoin, 14% for Bcrash, 63.1 for Corecoin. Let's play spot the biggest block on Bcrash. And let's see if Hathor's mining any blocks with data in. I've got 331. Oh, it's looking sparse. A 497. A 684 from Hathor. Excellent. Excellent. It looks like Hathor's mined the biggest. Is this going to be right? Oh, what was that? 684? Oh, 693. 69. Oh no, Hathor's got a 1.02. I feel as though I've just scored a goal. This is hilarious. Hathor has mined the biggest block on Bcrash. Oh, it cracks me up. And we look onto Corecoin here, and the block size hasn't moved because they've given themselves a 1 megabyte restriction. Well done then. Well done. We would look at Bcrash, but CoinDancers decided to take Amarin his money away because it's an absolute joke. It's got no future whatsoever, so they were just like, what's the point? Which is true, but I still enjoyed looking at it, laughing at it every day. Let's see what's going on Bitcoin here. We've got a 1.6 megabyte block from Tal. Hathor still chomping away. SBI Crypto on there. Let's see what else there is. Yeah, Tal. Oh, so 1.6 is the big. Oh, a 4.8 from Norpool Mempool. Well done, them. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that's the biggest one, but a Tal on there. Good to see Norpool Mempool mining that 4.8 megabyte block. That shows potential for improvement. Liking the look of that. Very good. Right, here we go. Let's get through these graphs then. We've got Bitcoin hash rate by network. Yeah. Anyway, hash rate will follow price, which follows value. And BSV, Bitcoin, is the only coin that's got any fundamental value whatsoever, as seen by my coin crap chart earlier. Proof of work by network, again, Corecoin and Bcrash will just stop literally one day, almost overnight. Bitcoin hash rate by network, this is Bcrash versus Bitcoin. Bcrash versus Bitcoin proof of work. It is 20,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Corecoin because Corecoin's a piece of shit. It's 2.8% more profitable to mine on Corecoin because the price has gone up. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network, Corecoin winning. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network, Corecoin winning. Daily average Bitcoin transactions per block by network, Corecoin winning. Fees USD, Bitcoin smashing it. Fees Satoshi's, Bitcoin smashing it. Block reward ratio, which again, that'll just simply come with price that follows value. That'll come with time, and not that much time, to be honest with you. Accumulated growth by network, again, just laughing at the bitching chain. Absolutely hilarious. All right, here we go. Global hash rate, 7 days. F2, see, look, the big boys up there, but Binance, fancy trying to mack it with the big boys in there. This is what we usually used to looking at. F2 Pool, BTC.com and Pool in the top 3, but Binance taking a second spot this week. Binance still up there in 24 hours. Antpool chasing above BTC.com. Antpool and BTC.com are both Bitmain. Poolin, again, don't know who they are, but you know, holding on to third place. Yeah, you know. So core coin's probably going to look almost identical to the 24-hour global hash rate. Yeah, I mean, it looks almost the same, apart from Antpool has pulled their stocks up. Maybe it's probably because they're macking Bcrash for whatever reason. But yeah, you know, F2 Pool in BTC.com top 4. They're usually top 3, but Binance in the mix. Hathor on Bcrash 41.6. Antpool loving that, 25% of that total shitcoin, along with Jihan, BTC.com. I mean, again, it's Bitmain. Whoa, what is this? What is this? We've got Hathor with 54% of the hash rate on Bitcoin. Oof, you know, not looking all that healthy, but you know, still processing transactions, showing competition that the rest of these miners need to keep up with. Yes, indeed. Tau still macking it hard, 27.7. Via BTC are off. That's what's missing. Via BTC are off the BSV chain. They must be a shitcoiner. They must be a shitcoiner, showing their true colours. Pardon the pun. Huh. Right, but Norpool, Memepool, Norpool, again, you know, we've already seen them mining a 4 megabyte block on the network, so they are definitely a Bitcoiner. SBI Crypto's on there. Again, you know, just these other ones. We've got F2 Pool on there, but Poolin and BTC.com have effed off. Good. That's what we want. Liking the look at that. So, oh yeah, after we've seen that, let's have a quick look at the network working in front of our very eyes. Here we go. For any newbies, again, this is Bitcoin Blocks Live. Absolutely fantastic website to look at. This is showing the chains, what should we say, movements, dynamics, the cogs of the system turning, metaphorically speaking. So on the top right of the screen, we've got transactions per second. Again, I've seen this over 3,000. When you bear in mind that Visa and MasterCard can only handle 1,500 a second, shows the potential the network has got. These vertical rectangular blocks you can see moving here across the top. These are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network, and below it are the organizations who are generating those transactions. So you can see this is pretty good. Got a TDXP app above peer game. Wow. Unrecognized. You've got Twitch, Map, Preve. You know what's in there? Who else is below that? Oh, but it looks like they're doing well. Oh, AscentB.com is below that. All right, nice. And then next to that, we've got the transaction ID for all the transactions, the input, the output, the type, and the op return. Usually the op return has been saying Merry Christmas recently. So when the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, they are thrown into the meme pool, which is where they are then competed for by the miner stroke payment processors, who compete to process the transaction, put it in a block, and put the block on the blockchain, where they win the Coinbase, which is the block reward of 6.25 Bitcoin. And if we hover over this 11 megabyte block here, we can see the hash in the highlighted rectangle box below. We can see the hash number, the height, mined by, size, time, date, transaction count, and total fees in the block. The fees come from the volume of transactions. And as it's been predicted, in Q1 of this year, which we are already in on day 3, it is anticipated that the fees in the block will outpace the block reward. So the block reward is currently 6.25 Bitcoin. You know, let's work it out. Here we go. Bring my calculator up. So we've got 6.25 or multiply by $170. Oh yeah, $1,062. So it is predicted that the fees and the blocks will surpass $1,062 in the first 3 months of this year. Let's have a look at the graph that shows this. Again, this is for newbies. So here we go. Look at this, 2009, because that's when the chain started. Well, yeah, chain started here. And look at that. Crossover anticipated around Q1 2021. So we are expecting mass transactions on chain very soon. Shitcoiners wouldn't understand this. They think scarcity make number go up. But like, no number's going to go up when scarcity is 0. Like, seriously, the last Bitcoin block is estimated to be mined or calculated to be mined in the year 2140. So what happens then? Surely people are going to get out by 2140 if the network is just simply going to collapse. So what is this? The biggest Ponzi scheme ever? I mean, it reminds me of Hex token. So Richard Hart was going, oh, Hex is designed to go up. Yeah, and what goes up crashes back down heavily if there is no fundamental value there. And fundamental value comes from use case. So there's no use case for Hex. It's an absolute piece of shit. And this is what Coolcoin BTC is. An absolute piece of shit. But I mean, these shitcoiners with shit for brains don't understand this. So there's no point in trying to explain this to them, which is why my show is not for them. My show is for intelligent newbies who are asking questions, intelligent questions, not when Moon, when Lambo. Intelligent people are going to realize they're going to have to work this out for themselves and make an intelligent, educated guess. But you've got to be in it to win it. So let's have a quick look at Bitcoin blocks live. This is again just for newbies and metrics that are interesting to look at. This gives us different ones here. So transactions 24 hours, the ones that we're interested in. As you can see, XRP are desperately trying to justify themselves to legal departments that they are genuine. No, they're not. I've already done a show on this. They are an absolute scam. The only reason they're selling XRP is to finance their loss-making business. And it is nothing like, Ethereum is proof of stake, which is a security. But I mean, XRP was just a blatant security. There isn't even proof of stake. There isn't even stakeholders. There is one company, which is Ripple Labs, that created XRP, sold it to customers through exchanges, paid exchanges to list it, and then profited from the sales of that to basically funnel dollar into their own pockets to finance their loss-making business. An absolute and utter scam. The rich list above is really funny. You can see all the relevant different wallets with the amount of Bitcoin and shitcoin in them. So knock yourself out looking at that. The BitInfo charts that we're interested in, you can see all the shitcoins across the top and you can compare them all. So we're going to compare the blue tabs on the left hand side, which is transactions average per hour. Oh, they've taken Dogecoin out for us. Oh no, Doge is in there. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh my God, we'll take that out. We'll go to log. And or the only other comparative we want, the ones that we want in there are Bcrash and Bitcoin, obviously. There we go. So 3 years. Here we go. So obviously from the first picture you can see. There we went to. Where is it? There we go. So Bitcoin, the beginning of the chain is at the Genesis block, but you can see where the chain splits. And finally, so the chain is still continued, but when the ticker symbol changed and the price changed, this is what you are looking at here. So we had a massive price drop and all the value was taken away from Bitcoin and it was given a new ticker symbol and effectively had to start again. But look at this. This shows you the strength of Bitcoin. In just a little under a year, the transactions had already surpassed Bcrash and that of Coolcoin. It is absolutely immense. So if you're an investor, these are the ones you want to be looking at. If you're a shitcoiner, well, shitcoiners don't watch my show anyway, so I can slate them all I want. They would have lost interest like at the very beginning. but yeah, there we go. So again, when I go back and edit the show, gonna finish it here for the YouTube trailer. this is going to be the show content. Here we go, after we've done the fundamental analysis of those figures. Here we go, first one in the house today. Great stuff. Hey guys, right, I hope you enjoyed that mammoth show again. I mean, I will try and sort of cut these shows down, but I mean, there's always so much stuff to get through, you know, a bit of comedy, a bit of facts and all that. Love it, I love it. So, yeah, until tomorrow, well, same time tomorrow, but as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, joy given, same time tomorrow. Catch you later. ibsv.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
One vision.